the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that.
Why would Ali Dawa want to defend the Taliban? Well, of course, we know why. Because he's a Taliban supporter. But let's look at the video. Let's see what Ray William Johnson had to say. And the video was actually pretty good. It was funny. And let's see what Ali Dawa, Taliban light supporter, let's see what he had to say.
So, I came across this guy, what's his name? Ray William Johnson. Ray William Johnson, I don't know what his name is, but I just came across this TikTok and I found it a bit bizarre. Let's watch it for ourselves and let's see what his problem is and what he found so funny.
Is this funny or is it sad? So in Afghanistan, under the Taliban rule, they are required to either cover the heads of their female mannequins or take the heads completely off. Sometimes they'll even put tinfoil over the mannequins' faces. And I guess this is so men don't lust after them. What kind of dark ages bullshit is this? If you think tinfoil is gonna stop me from lusting, you haven't seen the way I look at a baked potato. I'm sorry, covering your women, that's the dumbest ever. These guys can't control their urges, so they gotta cover their women up like they're f***ing Daft Punk.
So there you go, another Caucasian man who wants to come and save and rescue the Muslim world, you know. In the meantime, while he's living in a degeneracy, where we can see where the Western world is going, that people like Andrew Tate and his likes have become so popular.
Listen to these people. The West should take lessons on how to treat women from the Taliban. Ali Dawa, dude, my friend, the things you say, a stand-up comedian can say, and people will die laughing. That is the level of your arguments. Literally a stand-up comedy. Does the West truly needs lessons from the Taliban on how to treat women? Is this statement true, Ali Dawa? Or it's debatable? Firstly, Ali Dawa and his likes were outraged for cartoons mocking Prophet Muhammad, proclaiming that criticism and ridicule of their religious symbols should be outlawed, even as benign as a cartoon. Now Ali Dawa seems to think even the Taliban doing acts as insane as this should be beyond ridicule. Where does it end? If you capitulate to the sensibilities of Islamists, that ends to a Taliban-like Sharia dictatorship. That's where it ends. But is it truly over the line to call this kind of psychotic religious obsessions medieval and funny? No, it's not. This is objectively people lost all sense of moderation and rationality due to religious obsessions. Ancient Greeks said pan metron ariston or metron ariston, which means moderation is excellence. Ancient Greeks considered moderation one of the greatest virtues. Is this moderation? Is this prudence? No, it's not. This is religiously obsessed people doing extreme stuff for no apparent reason. Yet Ali Dawa calls that the Muslim world or true Islam.
Who wants to come and save and rescue the Muslim world, you know. In the meantime, while he's living in a degeneracy, where we can see where the Western world is going, that people like Andrew Tate and his likes have become so popular.
Then you quote Andrew Tate, the most infamous misogynist in the world, literally, currently in prison for abusing women, to make a case on how the West is mistreating women. Ali Dawa, my friend, are you well in the mind? Is it truly Andrew Tate the way to go? Or maybe that is also debatable.
Right? Again, getting distracted by stupid things. Focus on the points, man. Focus on the points. I gotta say, that video was funny.
People like Andrew Tate and his likes have become so popular because they are fed up of seeing the direction you're going through. Now,
He's using Andrew Tate, the biggest misogynist on the internet, as his role model.
Yes, let's quote Andrew Tate. This will show them.
Andrew Tate is the biggest misogynist on the internet. No wonder he loved Islam. The way he speaks about women and the way he wants to limit them, limit the autonomy, stick them in the kitchen and stick them in the bedroom, and that's only two places they're allowed. No wonder he loves Islam. Islam is straight up in line with that.
Look at you, Mrs. Ray William Johnson, whatever your name.
So this is like the most childish, stupidest thing that Ali Dawa is doing. To call someone a woman is an insult. Right? That's what he thinks of women. Like, clearly, no wonder this guy supports the Taliban.
Is, yes, the Taliban or the people in power in Afghanistan are not doing that because they cannot control their self. You know, Mrs. Caucasian white man who can control himself because he can go and sleep around with whoever he wants, whenever.
The fundamental problem with these Islamists and these Taliban light people is they don't know what consent is. They don't understand what consent is. Women are not weak, inferior beings that need to be babied and protected by the likes of you people.
And that's a very good point. Ali Dawa, just take a woman. Let's take Merkel, for example. Do you seriously think that Merkel will just sit silently in a room waiting your verdict after you debate atheists and decide what to do with them? Let's gather women and decide what to do with them. What are you talking about, my friend? You are a complete buffoon. Take a vacation from Islam for a month and get better, Ali Dawa.
And use and abuse a woman like they're a piece of crap, like a jacket potato, like he was mentioning, yes? He can just access them whenever he likes. I mean, if you think about it, these women...
The irony here is that the biggest guy doing this online is Andrew Tate.
Did I say the word listen? Did I say the word listen? You stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Look at the camera. Did I say listen? No. Did I say listen to you? Did I say it? No. Did I say it?
And use and abuse a woman like they're a piece of crap, like a jacket potato, like he was mentioning, yes?
This is Andrew Tate, man, and this is who you... Oh man, the intelligence is not a redeeming factor of Ali Dawa, is it?
The reason why these Islamists like Ali Dawa and his likes accuse whole Western societies of exploiting women just because they don't put women in bags like the Taliban. At the same time, they are surprisingly tolerant and accepting of true women exploitation Andrew Tate is committing, is because these Islamists have a single principle in their mind. Islam good, not Islam bad. They have no other principles or character or anything else except one sentence in their mind. Andrew Tate converted to Islam, so they like him. Simple as that.
I am now Muslim. I want to convert the whole Tate Speech channel Islamic. I'm serious. Make a new banner. Islamic text. We are now a Muslim channel. Pro-Islam. My name is Abu Andrew now.
They don't care about women, truth, or anything else other than this simple sentence in their mind.
He can just access them whenever he likes. I mean, if you think about it, these women are nothing but toilets to you, because anytime you want to go wee or go poo, you have to use a toilet to relieve yourself. You do the same thing with these women. You just want to relieve yourself inside of them. So they're like walking toilets to you. So for you to come and question...
This is like... Ali Dawa is saying that to people that don't want women to cover up like they do, the Taliban does, putting them in burqas and like forcing them to not go to school, not allowing them to be journalists. I mean, the list of restrictions the Taliban puts on women, it keeps growing and growing. They're not even done yet. They just keep adding more restrictions. So according to him, there's only two choices in life. Either you use women like a toilet, according to this guy, use and abuse them, or you're a Taliban. What about like normal relationships? What about like seeking and desiring women and wanting a proper normal relationship like most people do? Why is he going to extremes? Again, this just shows the weakness of his argument. He goes to the most extreme, like he's basically straw manning, and he keeps doing that over and over again. And he's of course being dishonest. Ray William Johnson is not saying use and abuse women like a toy. Like what? Like, I mean, what a disgusting way to even put it. Like,
this is radical Islamic demonization of the West. Ali Dawa lives in the West, so we expected better from him. The irony is that Ali Dawa was the one who was making lectures about how hate speech is the cause of terrorism.
Why am I against hate speech so much? Why am I against
You want a blasphemy law to protect your weak religion?
Let me tell every single one of you guys why I'm against hate speech.
I'm not against hate speech. You're so sensitive.
Do you know these people? Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why? Because of hate speech.
Ali Dawa blames Islamic terrorism to free speech, that he names hate speech, and then engages in real hate speech. This type of mental disintegration, the type that makes people a living, walking Greek tragedy, overwhelms, in other words, the ability of humans to be stupid. The only explanation can be an external factor. And this is, of course, the virus of the mind that is Islam. Okay? So, Islam eliminates, completely erases objectivity from the human mind. Humans were able to dominate this planet because of our positive evolutionary trait, which is our intelligence. The negative side effect of our intelligence is dogma. Okay. Islam is the worst manifestation of dogma in this world. If Islam dominates this world, it's the end of the human civilization and can eventually end our species. That's simple, guys. It's not quantum mechanics.
A group of people who you might look and be like, these barbarians, yeah. What makes you, and what principles do you use to justify that your way of life is better than their way of life?
Ali Dawa, if we cannot say if Sweden is better than the Taliban, then that is the end of the human civilization. Let me repeat that. Ali Dawa, if we cannot say that Sweden, for example, is better than the Taliban, that is literally the end of the human civilization. Why you compromise our species for a stupid cult? Please tell me. Please tell me.
But in the Western world, there are some people in your worldview and your countries in the Western world who follow liberal values that actually find mannequins, they have a fetish for mannequins. So this is a problem that is more prevalent in this country, in the Western world, in our countries, than it is there in their countries. So just because you misjudged it and thought they're just covering them just because, it's such a desire that they cannot control themselves, it's absolutely nonsense, my friend. And funnily enough, you find this fetish of looking at mannequins and getting turned on in the Western world. Isn't that ironic? Maybe next time educate.
Oh man, this guy is trying to say that in the Western world you have liberals that are attracted to mannequins. And he's saying this is not far-fetched. Does this guy even listen to himself? The problem is when you're in the Matrix, your reality is so distorted that you stretch further and further in order you try to find the most obscure thing you can in order to make a point, because you have no point.
Ali Dawa, you decided to nurture Islam over humanity. The problem with that, my friend, is that by doing so, you are forced to corrupt all reasoning and all objectivity. The problem with corrupting objectivity, my friend, is that our objectivity is the reason we survive as species. If you corrupt objectivity and humans cannot see reality as it is, we will simply go extinct. Okay. So, 99.8% of all species appeared in this planet are already extinct. Ali Dawa. The only reason we survive is because we have an objective mind. So, in order for you to nurture your stupid cult, you destroy all objectivity, you idiot. That is the problem.
His point is so bad that he has to find some obscure example of some weird fetish and use this as if it's a mainstream and act like people are walking around lusting over mannequins. I mean, why does that even matter? Like, if someone finds a mannequin attractive because it resembles the shape of a woman.
Educate yourself. And talking about covering a woman is the dumbest ever. Really? Really? So do you believe that we are more...
Just wait. Let's guess what he's going to do. He's going to go and make the most extreme example possible. And then he's going to say, see, that's what you guys want.
We are more liberated the more women show their skin? Really? To more sexualizing themselves? Do you think this is the way to go about? Yeah? Is this what you think liberalism is? Do you think this is liberating? That women choose to, in the winter cold -3 degrees, dress up in miniskirts and wear this much high heels with full of caked up makeup and hair that is not even real. You think that is liberating? And you...
What did I tell you?
Ali Dawa, let me explain why your ideas are so dangerous, although it's a comedy, are also dangerous. Women represent half of humanity. If you force half of humanity at home, that means that you neutralize half of the human capital. So if tomorrow a new disease comes, like coronavirus, let's say, that means we have half of the doctors. If a comet comes, for example, to destroy Earth, that means we have half of the scientists to deal with that. That is literally reducing our chance to survive to half. Okay, that's simple 1 + 1 = 2 mathematics. So your stupidity to nurture a stupid mind virus can end humanity, you idiot. Why you care about a virus more than you care about humanity? You can masturbate with your psychotic delusions, talking to your imaginary friend without ending humanity. Take Islam out of politics, you idiot. Stay at home and masturbate as much as you want with your imaginary friend. Why you need to bring him with you in politics?
Okay, orphans, listen to me. Listen to Ignacio. I know it is fun to wrestle. A nice pile drive to the face, or a punch to the face. But you cannot do it, because it is in the Bible not to wrestle your neighbor.
So you've never wrestled?
Me? No, come on, don't be crazy. Listen, I know the wrestlers get all the fancy ladies, and the clothes, and the free creams and lotions. But my life is good. Really good. I get to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and make some soup. It's the best. I love it. I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic. Go. Go away. Read some books.
the ideology, respect for the mentality, respect for the warrior aspect of it. I respect it.
They don't play.
They don't play.
It's really interesting for me. It's like I have not made any kind of final decisions, etc., but I try and analyze things from a very, very logical perspective. I know God exists, and then you go, okay, God exists, and there's all these different interpretations of God as such, but the only one I see which has a warrior class that people fear is Islam. That's the only one there is.